Hi guys, scenthound here. We are looking at one of the most famous creations of Olivier Polge, son of Jacques Polge, who are they? You can always look it up in the internet. One of the famous noses, father-son noses in the perfume industry. So, Spice Bomb, right? Victor and Rolf. This one came out in 2012, and it became one of the considered legends or unique, famous products. Okay, and of course, years before, if I'm not mistaken, 2005, there was the Flower Bomb, and Spice Bomb is the male version of that female perfume. Okay, and since this became the bomb, sorry for the pun, numerous flankers followed, and after going through various iterations of night vision, the green labeled one, which was not in any way similar to the original Spice Bomb, and then the extreme version, which was loved by many, but the opening can put off some people, including me, with the caraway, which felt like ginger to me. I've mentioned this in my other review. But having said that, if you are into spicy, interesting, some people to call it like chai, the Indian restaurants. Some you go to some of those higher class Indian restaurants, you'll get this spicy chai where they put some spices inside. I think that's the cinnamon is giving you that vibe there, right there, right? So I was initially quite disappointed with the original one because of the lack of longevity. What I liked was definitely the chunky atomizer, right? That's like really nice, especially in a male fragrance. It gives you a feeling of solidity to the product, and then the grenade style design, which is not too loud and obnoxious, at the same time not too boring and cylindrical. So kudos to the bottle design and the solid atomizer. The blending, I don't have easy answers. I kind of like it, but I don't know whether I want to be like giving off that kind of a smell. If you were going to a professional workplace and you smell like you just came out of some Oriental restaurant, all right, or if you're going to a date again, some people might not be into that kind of smell, all right. But if you're personally into it, rock it. It might work on you, depending on what kind of persona or personality you have. Okay, and so there's this interesting number game here. If Spice Bomb original came out in 2012, Spice Bomb infrared came out in 2021. Okay, so just as the years numbers are similar, these two perfumes have a lot of similarities. They kept the theme overall similar. They didn't want to go off on a tangent like the night vision green one. So now, how to give you the feeling I get with this? Okay, if you were to take this original Spice Bomb as a major big orchestra, right, with lots of musicians inside playing lively music, so that means the medley of notes, the numerous notes they've thrown in here. If you look at the Spice Bomb original's notes, there are a lot of things there: pink, pepper, bergamot, grapefruit. Okay, they got saffron, they got paprika, they got cinnamon, they got vetiver, they got leather, they got tobacco. So it's like a whole bunch of things going on, and a lot of notes. I got a feeling. I mean, even when I smell it, there's lots of notes going on, like a big medley of orchestral music. Whereas Spice Bomb Infrared, this is more like a three man punk band. That kind of who's playing the same music. Okay, so it's much more simpler, toned down as in the numerous notes are not there. That's what I mean, right? And the notes for the infrared include some red fruits, pink pepper, saffron, cinnamon, red pepper, tobacco, and benzoin. Okay, so if you were the kind of person who enjoyed the Spice Bomb, but you want something more muted without losing the theme, then this is a great buy for you. When I smelled it, I did have a very slight hit on my nose due to the chilies, but they've been blended very carefully so that you don't it's not irritating. All right, it's not irritating, but yeah, it's a bit subdued. Okay, so I give the note medley in the infrared about 2.5 out of 5. Spice Bomb, when I got it, I loved it, but I was very upset by what I felt like a lack of projection. But over time using it, I sort of learned if I were to spray it on my not on my external pulse point like the wrist and so on, but instead I choose to put it more closer to my body, like the armpits. Then the scent sort of gradually dissipates from me, like an aura around me over the hours throughout the day, so it gives a more subtle and pleasant dissipation. Okay, but as I mentioned to you, that back from the oriental restaurant, or you're hanging around the kitchen when spices are being cooked. Okay, so it depends how the other person going to interpret the notes that's coming out of you. All right, so I think both of these are great semi-formal perfumes. I think they're a bit too strong for office, and for dates some girls might be put off, some might really love it. So I'm sort of on the fence about that. Maybe I would suggest not on the first date, maybe after a few dates, then you can sort of throw this on and see whether it works on the girl or not. Works on the girl means I'm not putting it in that, like simplifying anybody, but it's they appreciate your taste. A fine man who knows his perfumes, who that's what I mean. Okay, so basically in this boxing battle of the father and son, the big daddy, the original, the OG, right, versus the new kid on the block, 2021 infrared. For to me personally, I'll give the crown to the OG, the Spice Bomb. I think it does the job very well. There is no need for pretenders, and maybe Victor and Rolf should, instead of coming up with thousands of flankers, get some good noses, because there's so many of them around, right? Olivia Paul is just one of the many excellent perfumers we have nowadays, and start working on a new direction, new concept, and new perfumes, while at the same time continuing the original Spice Bomb, which is proven popular. Okay, guys, thank you for listening to my thoughts on these two perfumes. As usual, give me your comments, then we can have an interesting discussion. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye bye from scenthound.